selalu ada untukmu Indonesia,
menghadapi semua rintangan yang ada.
Ku akan selalu menjaga tanah air tercinta yang ku banggakan di setiap semua insan.
kita Indonesia,
Beragam suku, agama,
dan budaya.
kita Indonesia.
Berbeda-beda tapi tetap
Satu jiwa.
Kita kan lewati
Semua yang menghadang, bila kita terus bersama-sama berjuang.
kita akan selalu percaya
bencana yang melanda akan berakhir
Dengan senyum bahagia.
Looking back, I see we went through hell straight and back. Here we claim the title, now it's time to retake. We got and we won, say, show them all we got. Gotta stand together, our foundation's all we got. Ashes, that's all in the past now. We stand united up front, watch us get down low. You heard me once, say it twice, now blow out all the candles, put on a show. We gotta stand together. Yeah, we gotta stand together now.
kita Indonesia, beragam suku, agama, dan budaya. Kita Indonesia, berbeda-beda tapi tetap satu jiwa. Kita Indonesia,
Kita pasti bisa.
kita Indonesia, kita pasti bisa.
Kita Indonesia,
kita pasti bisa. Kita Indonesia, kita pasti bisa.
kita Indonesia,
Kita pasti bisa.
kita Indonesia, kita pasti bisa. Kita Indonesia, kita pasti bisa. Kita Indonesia, kita pasti bisa.
It all started with a humble beginning. To realize a noble dream. A noble dream with hope to help build the nation. A noble dream to create legacy that lasts for generations. 44 prominent Indonesians work together to provide better education for people in Indonesia by providing the access to leading universities worldwide to help students discover their path to the world. This dream is realized by establishing an educational institution where we are all today, Uni Sadu Guna. In communicating our vision as integrated education institution to our stakeholders, we are uniting our brand identity and presenting the new Uni Sadu Guna. USG Education. In translating our philosophies of Tree of Growth, Power of Diamond, Mountain of Creativity, in a shape of you, coupled with new color that reflects our DNA of passionate, understanding, joyful, with our programs are a home of USG alumni. The new USG education is ready to take the next level, resolving global challenges ahead and equipping graduates with world-class qualifications. As a home of the noble scholars, we grow and evolve as one. It all starts here.
Video terakhir ya. Habis ini terakhir.
We humans, we love to learn. We've got the hands, feet, ears, eyes, mouth, nose, and brain to figure out what works and what doesn't work from the world around us. It's instinctive, it's natural, and it works. So why not learn business this way? The secret to building the skills employers actually want is practice. Practice, practice, practice. So why not start in the classroom? At Holt, we take the theory, the research, the expertise, and we put the challenge into your hands so you find out what happens for yourself. We're not just about what sticks in your brain, but how you flex it. Because real life is not found on an exam. And with career coaching, there's no way you're not hitting your goals. Thanks, coach. Graduation, it's more than finals. You'll have a proven skill set from working on real-world business challenges so you can smash any interview and make an impact on the job from day one. Because grades alone don't show who you really are. P.S. With campuses around the world, you're about to go global. There are a lot of places where you could learn about the business world. There aren't many places where you can live it. To learn business, you've got to do business. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Ada yang maksudnya di
Halt. For those made to do.
Go ahead.
For over a century, the United States has led the world in higher education, and today, more than 1 million international students are enrolled in the U.S. college and universities. The strength of the U.S. higher education system has long been one of America's greatest competitive advantage, attracting talented individuals from around the globe and benefiting everyone in the country. Halo, selamat pagi semuanya. Perkenalkan, saya Sisi Aspasia dan selama 90 menit ke depan, saya akan memandu jalannya live talk webinar pada pagi hari ini dengan topik Start Your US Bachelor Degree at UIC ADTP Jakarta, graduate in the USA and confirm your future success as US graduate. Acara live talk webinar pagi hari ini diselenggarakan oleh USG Education, a one-stop international education provider di Indonesia, bekerja sama dengan Health International Business School. Dan live talk webinar kita pada pagi hari ini juga akan ditayangkan langsung di kanal YouTube USG Education. Baiklah, Bapak Ibu sekalian dan teman-teman semuanya, sebagaimana yang sudah dilihat di judul, kita hari ini akan membahas dan mengupas dua hal utama, yakni yang pertama bagaimana memulai jenjang S1 di Jakarta dan lulus dapat gelar Bachelor degree di Amerika, dan juga memastikan karir kita di masa mendatang sebagai seorang lulusan dari Amerika Serikat. Dan dua hal tersebut akan kita bahas secara langsung bersama dua expertise kita pada pagi hari ini, ada Miss Aryani Mawardi dan juga Miss Winnie. Miss Aryani, she is the Head of USG Education Kelapa Gading Campus, an ADTP specialist, as in also you can see from the screen, she is a strong certified career consultant, MMTIC certified practitioner. Dan Miss Winnie, she is Enrollment Director, Health Undergraduate Asia. Please welcome to our sources today. Thank you, Miss Aryani and Miss Winnie. Alright. Apa kabar? Thank you, Miss Aryani and Miss Winnie for joining with us. So, let me say hi first to our sources today. Miss Aryani, apa kabar? And Miss Winnie, how are you today?
Selamat pagi, Mbak Sisi. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm doing really, really well. I hope everyone here is also doing really well. I would like to say thank you to Miss Winnie for being with us here today, this morning on a Saturday. Sometimes it's difficult, yeah, Miss, but thank you again for being here and for greeting our existing parents or potential parents and students. And I hope that we could really learn about how to transfer to US universities and what we can get out of Holt universities and how the students and parents can benefit from the education that Holt universities can provide. Thank you again. Good morning, and I hope everybody's staying healthy.
Thank you, Miss Aryani, for the lovely introduction. So, teman-teman, izinkan saya akan memandu acara kita selanjutnya dalam bahasa Inggris, tapi sebelum kita membahas lebih dalam bersama dua narasumber kita, izinkan kami untuk mengajak teman-teman mengisi polling yang akan muncul di layar teman-teman semua. Ada polling with the question, if you have option to study overseas, which one will be the first option? So the first one, direct to first year overseas university or start at Pathway Program College Indonesia, then you can transfer to overseas university. Jadi bagaimana teman-teman, kalau ada dua pilihan, lanjut kuliah ke luar negeri, yang mana mau dipilih? Langsung belajar ke sana atau memilih Pathway Program, belajar dulu di Jakarta, lalu transfer overseas university. Nah, silakan diisi teman-teman, kita kasih waktu 30 second. Nah, kira-kira mana nih yang menjadi ketertarikan dari teman-teman semua yang hadir hari ini? Mau yang mana nih? Kira-kira. Oke. Ini mungkin nanti kita akan lebih banyak membahas bagaimana sih kira-kira kalau kita kuliah di luar negeri ini keuntungannya, and then your future career itu seperti apa. Sudah 30 second, boleh kita tampilkan hasil pollingnya mungkin? Oke, wow, oke. 75% menjawab start at Pathway Program College in Jakarta dan transfer to overseas university. Jadi tepat ya teman-teman, dari hasil polling sendiri kita sudah bisa melihat bahwa teman-teman sendiri tertarik untuk melakukan atau memilih study pathway program, yaitu di Jakarta dulu, baru transfer overseas di luar negeri. Baiklah, ini banyak sekali benefitnya dan juga dari segi biaya, waktu, dan juga time study-nya. Oleh karena itu, kalau kita sudah tahu clue-nya, langsung saja kita akan ngobrol langsung dengan narasumber, dan jika teman-teman nanti di tengah-tengah acara punya pertanyaan, please kindly address your question in the chat box. Boleh dilihat di situ ada formatnya, nanti langsung saja pertanyaan, nama, seperti apa, langsung saja di typing di situ. But before we continue our conversation, we would like to invite you to see visualization about the video UIC ADTP Pathway Program. Please, the video. Okay, do you have any ideas in your mind right now about the program itself? Without further ado, let's hear directly from Miss Aryani about the program. Good morning, Miss Aryani. Love to see you again. Miss,
Good
as in,
morning.
good morning.
Likewise.
All right, Miss, can you share with us the story or maybe the background story about the introduction to the American Degree Transfer Program and how it holds by UIC College in Jakarta? Please, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sisi, for the question. We'll do this both in English, and please also help translate and English and Bahasa. So we are currently a partner of Taylor's University in Kuala Lumpur, and they have been doing this, the American Degree Transfer Program, since 1996, so it's been a while. I think some of the students here weren't even born at the time. So they've been doing this for a while, and they have over 5,000 alumni that's transferred to Tier 1 universities in the United States, some in Canada, and the UK, and in Australia. So they've transferred to really all over the world. And at this time, we are running it in Kelapa Gading campus. And we do have 4 campuses, but right now for ADTP, we're concentrating it at Kelapa Gading campus. So students who want to visit our campus, we are in Kelapa Gading, and we're located in Gading Walk, very near the Mall Kelapa Gading area. So it's not very hard to find. What we are doing at UIC is the first 2 years of university degree. So it is towards a degree. We do the 2 years in Indonesia, which is the general education, they call it GenEd. In Indonesia, we have MKDU at universities, Indonesian universities. So that's pretty much the same thing. From there on, students can transfer to the 3rd year of universities in the United States, and they can do another 2 years at universities. I think Holt University is also going to talk about that transfer process as well, and how many years students would have to do at Holt universities, and I guess the study options, a combination of work and or internship and school at Holt universities. So that's a little bit about what we do here at UIC with the American Degree Transfer Program. So it's essentially 2 + 2.
Oke. Jadi sudah cukup lama ya teman-teman perjalanan American Degree Transfer Program ini, dan juga banyak tentunya kisah-kisah alumni dan juga lulusan yang juga memiliki karir networking yang juga cukup besar begitu ya. Nah, Miss Aryani, maybe you can share also with us what the course that available, or the stream available American Degree Transfer Program, what kind of course or streams, please, Miss?
So because it is the 2-year Gen Ed, we have 4 streams. Students can then continue and specialize within these streams as well in the US. So we have liberal arts, we have business engineering, those are the 2 most popular. And then we also have computer science. Computer science popularity is growing over the years because of the need of future jobs and the needs of the, I guess, automation in the industry is growing, and especially after the pandemic, there's even more needs in those areas. So in the 2 years that the students are studying here, they will typically do what, say for business, all the business students would do, whether they eventually would go into marketing or accounting and finance, or say management, or other types of majors within business. In Jakarta, they will be doing the general business courses. So like accounting, economics, marketing, the basics of all those classes. And then they will specialize further in the universities for the next 2 years.
Oke, ada 4 ya kira-kira teman-teman yang utama. Salah satunya itu ada komputer, ilmu-ilmu komputer, ilmu-ilmu bisnis ya, yang menjadi salah satu kebutuhan berbisnis dan juga kebutuhan utama nih, khususnya bagi para Gen Z nih, millennial Gen Z ini kan cenderungnya leaningnya untuk menjadi pengusaha atau digital native terkenalnya nih ya Miss ya. So it's actually match ya with your ini juga ya our current situation. Miss, how many partner university of the program and what university has accepted alumni of the program? Itu kira-kira you can share the story.
Okay. So we currently have over 100 university partners or successful transfer stories, I guess. Some of, I guess a lot of it is in the US because it is an American degree transfer program. But we do have other universities in Canada, universities in Australia, in the UK. We'll also hear from Holt universities where they are also located. You can even go beyond those countries. But right now, most of our universities are located in the United States. About 100 are actually located in the United States. Beyond that, like I mentioned, in Canada, Australia, UK, and some countries, I guess, in Asia as well. What was the second question again?
What university has accepted alumni of the program?
So yeah, those 100 plus universities, those are history of transfers as well as partner universities. Some of them we have signed agreements or Taylor's universities have signed agreements. So ensuring very smooth transitions to these universities. So the selections are many.
Oke, jadi dari waktu yang tadi yang cukup lama ya, tadi kita sudah dengar dari Miss Aryani dan juga ada lebih dari ratusan partner university, so it's actually memberikan teman-teman banyak lagi pilihan untuk memilih university dan begitu banyak juga option sesuai tentunya dengan keinginan teman-teman di masa depan nanti mau menjadi apa. Oke, Miss, maybe this is another question that might be questioned by our audience about the identical curriculum between we are studying in Jakarta and also we're going to move US university, how identical the curriculum it will be?
Okay, it is quite identical. So the curriculum that's built by Taylor's University is modeling what's done in the US. And that's why it is accepted at over 100 universities because of the very, very, very close or similarities of the programs that we run here or the classes that we run here with the classes at those universities. So I wouldn't say identical, but they're very, very similar from the way we teach, the assessments, the model of how we structure the program is very, very similar to US curriculum.
Oke, jadi kurikulumnya ini bisa dikatakan hampir sama, bahkan bisa dikatakan sama. Jadi sekalian melatih juga teman-teman sebelum kemudian di transfer overseas di Jakarta ini, di US, teman-teman akan di gembleng dulu lah begitu ya Miss ya kira-kira in Jakarta karena kurikulumnya hampir sama. Sound interesting, parents, student, if you have America in mind for your children's future study plan, then the UIC American Degree Transfer Program is a smart choice to prepare your children to adjust to the US higher education system. Before we continue our conversation to Miss Aryani, we would like to move into our next speaker, Miss Winnie. Good morning from Indonesia, Miss Winnie.
Good morning.
Miss Winnie also has some information for us, especially if now we are considering to choose university in the US. Miss Winnie, would you mind to share with us about the opportunity of being a transfer student from UIC College, America Degree Transfer Program, to hold International Business School undergraduate program and maybe the entry requirements? You can also share the story with us. Please, Miss Winnie.
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity for introducing me. I am Winnie. I'm the Enrollment Director from Holt International Business School. It's a pleasure to meeting with all of you today. Good morning. And I would just like to give a quick introduction to every one of you, because some of you, are considering, to be transferred to study at Holt, and some of you may have or may not have heard of Holt before. So I just like to take this opportunity to quickly introduce to all of you what Holt is. So Holt International Business School, of course, we are focusing in doing the international business. In many years, we have a lot of transfer students. So some of the students will be thinking, oh, I want to, study in your school. What are the criteria or what what should I be preparing, for this transaction, everything. So for transferring into Holt International Business School, if you were currently, doing the ADTP, that's transferring to us, it will be no problem. So what you have to prepare is just, your personal essay, and basically we will also be doing an interview section with all of our potential students as well. So basically the interview section is for our admission office or the enrollment team to understand who you are really. And we really want to understand if our student will have we call it the Holt DNA. So what is it exactly, the Holt DNA? We want to see, the student, if you have the business mindset, for example, and why do you want to do business? This is very important to us, what do you want to do, after graduation, so that we can help you. On our campus, we are more like a practical university comparing to any other university. So we provide a lot of like networking, one-to-one advisory. All of our transfer students or bachelor degree student, you will be assigned to have a personal coach. So it is like a mentorship. So you will be definitely be taken care of, because some of you, this is probably the first time for you to study in a new country. So we want to make sure that our student is well being taken care of. So the coach will help you. So other than the academic, if you have any like personal issues or anything, you can always go to your coach. There's always someone that you can go to. Okay, so this is something that we want to make sure that our transfer student will be understanding. And also we have the accommodation as well. We have the dormitory sitting next to our campus, and that is your choice. If you want to stay with us, it's only like a 5-10 minute walk from the dormitory to the campus as well. So that if this is the first year for you to study in the new country, you'll be taken care of basically.
Okay, let me translate for your bahasa, Miss Winnie in
Oh,
general.
thank you. Yes, thank you very much.
It's actually, jadi teman-teman, Holt International Business School ini banyak sekali ada menawarkan keuntungan dan juga lebih ke praktikal begitu ya, hal-hal yang diajarkan. Jadi teman-teman nanti akan ada pendampingan dan juga secara garis besar entry requirement ini cukup umum, yakni personal essay, tadi sudah dikatakan, dan juga interview section, karena dari Holt ini sendiri lebih ingin mengetahui your personality dan juga kira-kira cita-citanya mau jadi apa sehingga bisa dibantu untuk dibentuk begitu ya selama masa sekolah. Interesting. So Miss Winnie, does a Holt International Business School give a guaranteed acceptance for a transfer student like from American Degree Transfer Program UIC College?
So if you are being transferred to our school, some of you may want to understand, what kind of curriculum or majors do we have. I just like to take this opportunity to quickly go through on that as well. So we have a few majors and minors available for all of our bachelor degree students, including the business analytics, entrepreneurship, finance, management, marketing. We also have minors including computer science, design, and psychology. So basically, you can mix and match with these majors and minors. But for some of our students, they just like business in general. So we also allowed our students to just take the modules that they like. So they can just pick and mix and match with the modules that they like. So when you graduate with us, you don't really have to, oh, I'm specializing or I'm major in finance. So what you can do is I can just graduate with the BBA, with a Bachelor of Business Administration degree with us. So this is something that I would just like to let all of you know as well. But of course, some of our students, they would want to specialize in the major, then you can specialize in, for example, business analytics. All of the majors can be selected as your minor as well. So you can do business analytics with a minor of finance as well.
Okay, menarik ya. So, how does credit transfer work, Miss Winnie?
Sorry, what was your question again?
Credit transfer? Credit transfer?
Credit transfer. So for the credit transfer, we will allow our students to transfer maximum of 60 credits, which is equivalent to 2 years of your study. So for the whole program, it will be lasting for 4 years. But if you can transfer for 60 credits, then it meaning that you will only need to be doing 2 years with us, and then you will be graduated with us.
Oke, jadi kira-kira 2 tahun programnya, teman-teman. Ada kelebihan menghemat waktu di sini ternyata kita ya. Oke, how long does it take usually for transfer student to gain bachelor degree from Holt International Business School? Is it 2 years that you already mentioned earlier?
Yes, correct. Yes, correct. So if you have already done the first 2 years in Jakarta, for example, then you can transfer maximum of 60 credits, to us, and then you will be starting your third and the final year with us, and then you'll be graduated at Hope.
Oke, ada kelebihan banyak waktu ternyata kita ya, kalau seandainya ikut program ini. Jadi tadi Miss Aryani sudah cerita, di Jakarta dulu akan dicoba adaptasikan kurikulumnya, lalu teman-teman belajar di sana, dan ternyata ada benefitnya lagi, lebih courting waktu begitu ya. Let's go back our conversation with Miss Aryani. As in Miss Winnie already mentioned about the entry requirement itself, how the UIC prepare the student to be accepted into US University, and then maybe you can also share the story with us, Miss. What are the steps of doing a transfer application? Please, Miss.
Okay, thank you for the question. So from the very beginning, what we will do is we will sit with the students to create a study plan. So when they first come to us, right away, we'll let them know what classes they will be taking and what classes they will be taking each semester that they will be with us. And that's in the duration of 2 years. So we will sit with them and really, I guess, go through the different options that they have with universities. Different universities accept different types of credits, and the number of credits, Miss Winnie has mentioned that Holt University accept 60 credits. So we will map out really the credits that are accepted by Holt University if the student chooses to transfer to Holt University. And that's what the study plan will be. That particular student study plan will be. Of course, students will have more than one choice of universities, just as a fallback option. There will be cases where, students would like to go to a more competitive type of universities where they would require a higher GPA. And there may be a chance that a student is not accepted at that university. So from the beginning, we asked them to select several universities or give us choices of universities that we can work with. And from the choice that we normally do at the end of the second semester, so it's pretty quick. The second semester, our semesters are not as long as really the 6-month semester. We have 3 semesters in a year. So I guess 3/4 of the year is the end of our second semester. And that's when we start selecting universities. And at the end of the first year, I guess in the 4th semester, is when we start the application to universities, because this has been verified with Holt University previously. They will start taking in students' grades and progress reports as they study with us. So in the second semester, they will have 2 semesters worth of grades, and those grades will be sent out to Holt for them to start, I guess, the application process, to start considering whether these students are going to be able to be accepted at Holt University. And we do the same, I guess, process step by step with all of our students. So we will guide them along the way. And a lot of the times, although they have to do this application on their own to universities, we will help them and guide them and remind them of when they would have to start the applications, when grades have to come in, and whether there's personal essays or personal statements that they would have to write. So we'll provide those types of guidance. And students are equipped with a counselor, with an academic counselor. So they have they always have someone to ask for anything, whether it's academic, non-academic, including the transfer process.
Okay,
That's
so
not too much information.
no, that's a comprehensive information. Thank you, Miss Aryani. So, teman-teman, tadi sudah dijelaskan sendiri, pendampingannya itu akan dari awal. Jadi, sampai teman-teman ditransfer juga akan terus diingatkan dan juga akan dijelaskan. So, it's actually tidak akan dibiarkan tercecer sendirian, begitu kali ya bahasanya. Kalau misalkan bisa kita simpulkan, jadi jangan khawatir untuk transfernya itu sendiri akan betul-betul dilakukan pendampingan. Dari hal-hal yang teknis sampai kemudian yang major itu terus akan didampingi oleh university. So, Miss Aryani, how many credits that will be given to the student before continuing their study in the US university? And how does a credit transfer usually work?
So at our program, it's different with each stream, but when students are done with us, they'll have up to 75 credits. And like I mentioned before, universities take on a variety of credits. Holt University accept up to 60 credits. So it's pretty much safe. And that's why Ms. Winnie said students can do 2 + 2. From our end, students will carry about 75 credits, and some of those credits may not be accepted. We give them enough credits that they will be able to transfer to the 3rd year in most US universities. But then again, we will pick and choose which classes are going to transfer. So students would not have to do extra years to their intended universities. And like I mentioned, those process, that progress is what we will work with the students to make sure that all of the credits, so if let's say Holt University accept up to 60 credits, we want to make sure, or we will make sure that all of those 60 credits that they do at the ADTP program in Jakarta, they all are transferred to Holt University. So the students don't have to do extra years at Holt University.
Okay, that's the explanation. How long, Miss, for that credit to be finished? Like, how many years, maybe?
The 75 credits, it's the students will do it in the duration of 2 years. So let me see if I could share what our classes are like. Let me share screen, yeah, Miss. Yeah.
Of course, Miss. Please.
Okay. So this is what our study plan looks like. And if you could see, I mean, all these classes are very general classes in business. And all of these classes are, they make up that 75 credits. And each of these classes, we have what's called, so this is, okay, so this is an example of a course equivalency table. And so as you can see, this is a real course equivalency table with a university in the US. So you can see which classes, let's say from math, that's accepted at the university. So these are what we're going to let our students know, which classes that they are going to be taking here that are accepted at the intended universities. So let's say for this university, this particular universities, they accept all courses from maths. This is our courses on the left-hand side, and this is the courses, these are the courses at the intended universities in the US. So you can see not all of them have, I guess, there's an exact name for it, but they have the codes, the math codes. So like college algebra is accepted as math 1051. Pre-calculus is accepted as math 1T008. Calculus 1, calculus 2 accepted as calculus 1, calculus 2. Discrete math as discrete structures of computer science. So these are the information that we will provide to our students for the universities that they choose. So there's really no second guessing on, you know, which courses are accepted, which courses are not accepted at which universities. We give this information in the very beginning.
Okay, interesting. Thank you, Miss Aryani, for sharing the information with us. Awesome. UIC College not only prepares students to be ready academically, yeah, but also does the whole process for preparing for the university life. I'm sure finding the right for our children during preparation time before applying the university needs some consideration. Therefore, I would like also to invite you to another polling to the audience about your thought about the what is your main consideration in choosing US universities. As you can see on your screen, there is a polling yang bisa teman-teman, bapak-bapak, ibu sekalian pilih. Kira-kira what is your consideration on choosing US? Pertama mungkin karena secara global ranking university-nya memang yang pertama atau yang paling top tuh university semuanya ada di sana, atau ratio of student academic staff, atau mungkin biaya kuliahnya lebih terukur begitu ya dibandingkan negara-negara lainnya, atau dari segi lokasi kampus. Kira-kira strategis nih untuk kebutuhan teman-teman atau bapak-bapak ibu sekalian. Nah, silakan dipilih 30 detik untuk dipilih kira-kira apa yang menjadi objektif pertama untuk memilih US sebagai destinasi belajar. Silakan. Kita tunggu hasilnya. So it's actually about your main consideration in choosing US as your next destination for higher degree. So university rank or reputation. Oke, yang paling tertinggi itu ada ranking university, lalu kemudian ada lokasi campusnya yang menjadi pertimbangan utama untuk melanjutkan studi di US. Oke, karena topnya global university ada di Amerika, maka itu menjadi salah satu alasan utama bagi Bapak Ibu sekalian untuk melanjutkan sekolah di sana. So we're going to continue our conversation with Ms. Aryani as well. As certified career consultant, do you have any tips for us, Ms. R, in choosing US universities? Please, Ms.
Okay. So one of the things that I remind parents all the time is that please don't forget that one of the main reasons for sending our children to study overseas is so that they can have access to better opportunities and better and more opportunities. So some of the things that we have to consider in universities is their relationship with the industry, how much preparation they provide in their curriculum. I mean, these preparations or the linkage to the industries, the skills that they build needs to be embedded in the, when they study, it needs to be embedded in the curriculum. So it's very important to see that the curriculum actually is able to build a lot of these soft skills. People are now saying, employers are saying that soft skills are more important than the hard skills. The hard skills are the subjects. These are things that you are going to learn anyways. I mean, maths, accounting for business, economics, these are things that you're going to learn anyways. But the soft skills needs to be embedded into the curriculum. And so when they graduate from the university, they are ready to work right away. They are ready to go into the industry right away. Some, like you mentioned, some of our students are going to be entrepreneurs. So they really need those skills to be entrepreneurs right away, right? They can't build that skill while they become entrepreneurs. They don't have the time because everybody is more and more competitive now, and the industry is a lot more competitive now, especially after the pandemic. So it's very important to have those skills already at school, so when they're done with university, they can apply it right away and they can succeed right away. And I also think it's important to see the relationship that the university has with industries, so they have not only the opportunities to do an internship while they study, but also get some job experiences after they're done with university. So before, I mean, I'm sure the parents want students, their kids to come back to Indonesia, right? Some may allow the kids to stay, but a lot of them are probably wanting the kids to come back. So when they come back to Indonesia, they already have that work experiences in the form of internships and real job after graduation. So it's important to be with a university or to study at a university where they provide those opportunities, so that our students, our kids, when they come back, they already have work experiences. So they it's the opportunities are even wider when they come back here.
Okay, thank you, Miss. They're very insightful. So, parents tadi mungkin sudah dijelaskan, Miss R, bagaimana sebetulnya mempersiapkan siswa begitu ya, atau anak begitu dalam memilih US ini. Terus US universities itu harus juga mempertimbangkan apa yang kira-kira after study mau jadi apa, itu dilihat industri juga kebutuhannya apa, apakah match dengan di university itu sendiri, apa yang disediakan itu perlu sekali menjadi bahan pertimbangan. So, Miss Winnie, do you have also another tips that you would like to be shared with us in choosing US university as well? Please.
Yes, of course. I would just like to echo what she's just said, because it is very important. I mean, for some of the parents, they, of course, they will be looking in the ranking, but to us, it is also very important, on how do we prepare our students to get ready, to enter into this business world, because a lot of the parents would want to know, okay, after graduation, what will my child, what will my kid be doing? Will he or she get a job? This is the main question that we always get when we have this parents talk as well. So with Hold, so we're very proud to say, because we have a lot of like networking events and one-to-one advisory. Some of the students, this is probably the first time, for them to enter into this networking event. Okay, so we'll ask our students, to dress up. So with this networking event, we'll be inviting a lot of companies. For example, in the previous years, we have a partnership with companies like Bloomberg, Amazon, all those big company names. They have their reps, they have their current employees to be sent to our campus to host this networking event. So it will be a great opportunity for our students to talk to the reps, face to face, because this is a very rare opportunity. You'll probably usually see those companies on newspaper or articles or TV news. It's a rare opportunity for students to talk to them. So when they have talked to them, they will understand the company and the culture a little bit more from the current employee. And we also have the one-to-one advisory. Some of the students, they want to work, they want to, I want to start working on my CV, but or resume. This is the first time for me to write on a resume. I really don't know what to include. So with the one-to-one advisory, it would be therefore be very critical for our students on how to prepare on my CV, because preparing the CV is only step one. After preparing, submitting the CV, you have to go through a lot of like HR interviews, to meet with the line managers, and how do I get myself to be prepared? Okay, I have got this amazing CV now, but what next? Yeah, so we will. Yeah, so therefore, we have a lot of this kind of helping, coaching, one-to-ones, and also skills workshop, career boot camps to help our students to be prepared. Okay, after submitting the CV, of course, we will do like a mock interview to help our students to get prepared. At least they will know what will their future employers will be asking them, so they will be ready. Of course, I'm not going to say this is guaranteed, this is definitely you're going to get a job. No, but at least you'll be prepared, what to expect during the interview. We are very proud to say that our graduate students, the bachelor degree graduate students, 94% of our graduated students will be able to find a dream job within the 6 months after graduation. Okay, and 14% out of the 94% of them will be so ready that they will actually have their own startup. They will become like an entrepreneur. They will have their own startup of the company. This is how ready our students are. So yeah.
So it actually sounds like more like business matching itself that's provided by
yes.
university. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Miss Winnie, for the acknowledge what is kind of facilitate and then maybe the consideration for the parents also today.
Yes.
So everyone, thank you. So making a decision to send our children to study overseas needs a very detailed preparation. Getting the best education is the dream for every student and parents. International education may boost their global knowledge and experience and also prepare their future career. So two of our sources already mentioned about how exactly preparing the future career of student. Let's talk about the benefit now. What is benefit is offered by UIC College and Health International Business School. Maybe we can start, Miss Aryani. What is the benefit, Miss, that you can share with us about following or joining American Degree Transfer Program in Jakarta, rather than we actually doing the same program, or maybe we can directly going into the US university? Please, Miss.
Okay. So one of the first benefits is really the tuition fee difference. It's a lot cheaper to do it with us in the first 2 years. I mean, the students live with their parents here, and definitely you don't have two separate expenses, US and Indonesia or Jakarta. And that makes it a lot cheaper. Our tuition is also definitely cheaper than tuition at US universities. So again, that's another benefit. Another benefit on top of the tuition, the obvious tuition fees, is that students get the added help with us here. We are small, and so we can provide a lot of support in Jakarta. Some students are not ready to go overseas right away, right? And so they need a lot of advices, they need a lot of coaching, they need a lot of, I guess, even something as simple as getting extra help after classes with homework, even with the structure, with the scheduling and all that. And so they're already used to the American curriculum, how the American curriculum works when they're here with us for 2 years. So academic transition is going to be very smooth in comparison to our Indonesian high school going to American university first year. That transition is sometimes can be difficult because there's that major academic transitions. I think our students or Indonesian students are exposed to Western culture enough that they don't really have that big of an issue in I guess adjusting to the American culture, and they're also young, right? And so it's not hard for them to have that transition. But academic transitions are usually difficult. They're a lot more difficult, and that we've provided with that here. So there's really no transition to in terms of academic. And then like today, the students get the chance to meet with university representatives. They can ask a lot of questions. Like Miss Winnie here, I'm sure is really open to any questions that parents and students may have. You can ask her directly any kind of questions. I'm sure she can answer in terms of Holt universities, how to transfer and all that. So that's the one thing that students can also do while they're still here studying with us. There's also scholarship opportunities, where maybe we can also ask Miss Winnie later where Holt University is located, what the city is like, what the students' life are like there, the postgraduate work opportunities. She's even mentioned some company names that Holt University is partnered with. So all those questions for the duration of 2 years while they study with us, those are the things that they can explore before they go to the United States. So the university that they end up choosing would be a perfect fit, I guess, for them, because they go through all these process for 2 years, and they have us here to help them, and they have us here to connect to universities in the United States. So I guess that's really it's a lot of benefits, I hope.
Yes, there's a lot of benefit. But let's take a deep dive a bit more about the tuition fee. Is there is any grant information or maybe promotion, that special promo today, Miss R, that we're joining audience today? There is Okay, please, Miss R.
Popped up on its own. This is our offer right now for August intake. So we will start a new intake this August. We have a scholarship of up to 45 million rupiah. And so get in contact with us on how to get the scholarships, get in contact with us. Even if you want to ask scholarships to really the US universities, Miss Winnie is here. I'm sure she can share some information as well about scholarships. So we do offer scholarships here, and universities, US universities also offer scholarships. Please bear in mind that these scholarships are not going to be full scholarships. Most of the scholarships in the US are not going to be full scholarships, but you'll be able to have access to some scholarships, and it does help. And it is quite a bit. So find out that information from US universities. So again, this is our offer for this August intake. Please talk to us and find out more about getting the maximum amount of scholarship as mentioned here.
Oke, thank you Miss R. Jadi Bapak-bapak, Ibu-ibu, teman-teman sekalian, tadi sudah ada promo hampir kortingannya 45 miliar rupiah begitu ya, untuk yang ready intake di bulan Agustus ini, sudah bulan Juli akhir. Jadi silakan yang mau langsung nanti hubungi, ada student admission dan juga untuk konsultasi lebih lanjut kira-kira apa yang perlu disiapkan dan sebagainya. Let's talk about another benefit from choosing Holt International Business School undergraduate program, especially in the US campus location. Miss Winnie, maybe you can share with us also what is the benefit on choosing Holt itself.
Sure. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So sure, yeah, I would love to share some of the benefits because we're studying at Holt. One of the main benefits, or we hear a lot from our students, with the feedback as well. So our classes are actually not those big classes, with hundreds and hundreds of students. We have actually small classes, let's say 15, 20 of students. So the professors will be able to identify each of our students. So each of the students will be able, to share their thoughts, and they can, raise their questions during the classes. So the professor will know them by heart. So it really means a lot to our students. I think this is definitely one of the benefits, that we have. Also, previously I was mentioning that we have our coaches. So each of the students will be assigned to have their own coach. We will arrange the quarterly, so it is mandatory to have this quarterly meeting with your coach. You can tell your coach everything. If you are stuck, in your project, or you need extra help, you can always go to your coach and ask for help. If you feel a little embarrassed, to talk to your professor, there's also a coach that you can talk to. So this is definitely, one of the many benefits that we have. And also we have the internship program for our students. Again, we will have all of our staff, on campus to help our students, for example, to prepare on the CV, interview, everything, to make sure that the student will get the opportunity to get into the internship, because gaining the real life experience is different from just studying on the theories from the books, right? It's very different. So when you enter into the business world, okay, how do I write an email? So I can't just read from a book and see how do I reply to my client or talk to the stakeholders internally. So all the students will have this opportunity to gain all this real live experiences, unlike any other school. So our school, we don't just take exams and then we write long essays, because at the end of the module, instead of asking our students to write essays of 8,000 words, the 10,000 words, we'll ask our students to form in groups. So basically we'll be giving you the real life challenges or the issues that specific company is facing. So if you were one of the employees, how are you going to solve the problem? So our students, they don't just gain, theories, knowledge, they also gain, for example, the communication skills, the problem solving skills, before entering into the business world, and with the real life experiences that they're going to have from the internship. These are some of the, definitely the benefits that our students will be gaining, studying at home.
It's actually ensure the knowledge received by student not only academically but also practically. It's
Yes,
also
that's right. That's
cool.
correct.
So about how about there's a lot of benefit that is also shared by Miss Aryani earlier, and also the tuition fee in health itself. You can share with us, or maybe there is a grant information as well as over by Miss R to be joined with Hope. Please, Miss Winnie.
Yeah, sure. So this is my pleasure. So I will share, the tuition fee. We also have the scholarship program as well, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. So for the annual tuition fee, studying at home, I will round it up. So it's 50,000 USD. But all of our students will be eligible to apply for the scholarship program. So in the scholarship program, we divide it into different parts, and you can apply as many as you wish. Okay, but again, this is going to be the partial scholarship, so it's not like a full scholarship that we're offering. So if you would like to apply for the scholarship, we have the merit-based scholarship, and we also have the need-based scholarship. So maximum for our students, they will be getting 40% of the scholarship. Okay, and we'll be walking with you on how to prepare on the scholarship essays, because if you would like to apply for the scholarship, yes, you'll have to prepare two separate essays, one for the merit base, one for the need base. We will be giving you all the guidance. So we have different titles, and we have default question. So by answering the default question in 400 to 500 word, and you will be submitting the essays to us, and we'll be reading it for you on behalf, and we think you're good enough, then we will submit to the admission office for their final approval. So usually our students will be getting those scholarship. But preparing those scholarship essays, I would say earlier the better. Don't wait until last minute. Don't stress yourself out.
Nice advice, thank you Miss Winnie. So for you yang teman-teman yang tertarik, nanti silahkan juga untuk menghubungi USG admission studentnya ya, untuk melihat tadi peluang-peluang, ada tadi offering grant information dari Miss R dan juga ada Miss Winnie. Itu so many opportunity for you untuk continuing your degree in US. Jadi silahkan nanti dihubungi karena so many benefit. So in the 2020 Global University Employability Survey produced by HR consultancy Emerging revealed that 28% of respondents believe that the purpose of university was to produce ready-to-work graduates. But how can graduates ensure that they are ready for the world of work? And what are graduate employers looking for from the graduate itself? Let's continue our conversation with Miss Winnie. How does Halt International Business School shape the character and also the mindset to achieve this kind of success indicator?
Sure. So from day one, when you are joining at Hold, we will be already creating something called a business portfolio. So we will be building this business portfolio with each of our students individually by our coach. So we'll be monitoring, by having the quarterly meeting with you, how have you improved and what kind of skills that you have gained. Also with your potential, internship experience that you'll be gaining, everything will be putting into this business portfolio. So in the future, when you are planning to apply to a specific company, other than preparing for your CV, your resume, together attach this business portfolio with you to increase, the ratio that you'll be interviewed or even employed by your future employer. So this is something that we'll be working very closely with our students who are studying with us from day one until you graduate.
So Ms. Winnie, you also mentioned earlier about shaping the project business itself and how exactly the circumstances of Halt International Business School carried the real client project in the classroom. Would you share the
Yeah, sure. So we have a lot of partnerships that our students have recently partnered with. For example, I think I've mentioned Amazon. We have Airbnb, Ferrari, L'Oreal. You know, with this partnership, you know, with the companies, you know, our students obviously are going to, you know more about, for example, the culture of this company before they dig into the year-end project on how to work on these companies. And also, you know, some of the students, they when they come into the internship, they will also want to, some of them will want to work in big companies, of course. Some of them will want to also work in a startup because they would want to have their own startup in the future. They want to understand the logistics, they want to know more about how does a startup company work. So we'll be helping our students for sure, and to make sure that they understand how it works. Some of the students would be so prepared that they would already have a business plan in their mind. So I will just give you an example. So one of the students, when she was doing the year 2, year 3, she already have all this business planned on hand, and she went to one of the professors and asked for the advice. And then eventually, before she graduated at Hope, she already have this vending machine to sell her product in London, because we have two main campuses. One is located in the US, Boston. One is located in the UK, London. So she already have this like vending machine, you know, for people to buy her products immediately. So that was a big success. One of the success stories that I can share with you, of course. But and we have a lot of other students, you know, entering into different companies or internships. So yeah, they will be
the
gaining.
Miss Winnie. You can
Yeah.
also share the story with us about the internship program that been conducted by, they've been arranged by the Hood Business School.
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, I have another alumni story that I can share with you. Okay. So this graduated student, the alumni, he is from Indonesia. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Please, please help me if I'm not pronouncing the name correctly. He's whole alumni. His name is Indra Priyawan Tono.
Indra Priyawan, all right.
Yes, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
Okay,
So he studied the masters of business degree with us, and then he graduated from Holt, and then of course, you know, he went back to Indonesia, you know, to continue his business. He's the son of the biggest taxi group in Indonesia, I believe. But of course, you know, we have a lot of, you know, successful stories. Some of the graduated students, they worked in the internship companies that they worked before, and some of them stayed and, you know, then look for a job in the States, and some of them, you know, just go back to their home country and, you know, found a job or continuing the family business, you know, in a more innovative way. So you know, in the traditional family businesses, instead of doing a traditional family business, they can be like creating a mobile app, or, you know, building a new website, you know, for the family business. We hear a lot of successful stories from our students from the home country.
Any story that may be triggering not only myself but also the audience about know more about the Holt International Business School? Do you have a video or maybe a material that can be make us a visualization about the campus itself?
Yes, yes. We do have the video of the campuses, so I am not too sure how to share this, so I might need your help. I can tell you if you can help me to share the video of our campuses, because we have the campuses in Boston and London. I'd just like to take this opportunity, yeah, to share this quick tour.
As well?
Oh, you can help and share. Okay,
Yes.
great, thank you.
Right.
Thanks.
Right, beautiful campus. Thank you, Miss Winnie, for sharing
Thank
the
you.
video and also the story with us. So thank you very much for Miss Aryani and Miss Winnie for the comprehensive explanation, not only about not only about the program or the university, but also how to help the student to be excel in their future itself. Thank you very much, and I'm sure all the audience already received file information about UIC College and Holt from both of you. Bagi teman-teman yang ingin berkonsultasi lebih lanjut mengenai persiapan, atau tadi sudah ada banyak benefit dan juga offering ya untuk biaya sekolah begitu, jika tertarik langsung saja nanti bisa kontak Bu Susi Taviana. Nomornya ada di layar Anda, silakan di-capture, di-save, dan juga silakan dihubungi, atau di kolom chat juga bisa dilihat nomornya lebih lanjut, nanti untuk konsultasi lebih lanjut ataupun hal-hal yang perlu dipersiapkan, entry requirement-nya yang tadi sudah dijelaskan oleh Miss Ar dan juga Miss Winnie bisa langsung di-follow up lebih lanjut setelah acara ini. Nah, tidak lengkap ya rasa-rasanya kalau seandainya kita tidak melakukan foto bersama. Tapi sebelum kemudian kita masuk ke sesi untuk menjawab pertanyaan-pertanyaan dari para audiens. Boleh kita ajak dulu ya untuk foto supaya tidak ngantuk begitu ya di weekend ini. Kita diskusi mengenai hal yang benefit seperti ini untuk future education. Boleh dibuka dulu kameranya, kita foto bersama terlebih dahulu, lalu kita akan menjawab pertanyaan dari para audiens. Silakan, kita foto bersama dulu dan saya akan panggilkan Mbak Agatha untuk membantu mengabadikan momen ini. Silakan Mbak Agatha.
Baik, terima kasih Mbak Sisi. Mari Bapak Ibu, teman-teman yang belum membuka kamera, boleh dibuka ya. Kita akan foto bersama. Saya hitung 1, 2, 3, cheese. Oke, satu slide lagi. Oke, 1, 2, 3, cheese. Oke, thank you.
Oke, thank you Mbak Agatha. Terima kasih bagi Bapak Ibu yang sudah membuka kameranya tadi ya. Oke, ada beberapa pertanyaan yang sudah masuk ke kami. Oleh karena itu kita akan continue to discuss about question that already addressed by the audience today. Kita akan mulai dari Ibu Maria. Ini pertanyaannya untuk Miss Ar. Orang tua dari Fabrice, currently grade 8 in Sampurna Academy, Jakarta. Ini pertanyaan untuk Miss Aryani. Miss mau tanya, pada saat anak saya grade berapa bisa langsung join ke UIC? Apakah grade 11 atau the end of grade 12? Nah, ini pertanyaannya dua nih Miss, langsung aja ya. Pertanyaan keduanya, in the future, my son has interest to study in one of Illinois State University. Is there any guarantee that the transfer will be accepted in the US Illinois universities that has UIC has collaboration program with? Nah, please Miss Ar, silahkan.
Oke, terima kasih banyak Ibu atas pertanyaannya. Jadi untuk siswa yang akan masuk ke ADTP program, kami ada, jadi boleh lulus SMA atau boleh lulus dari IGCSE certificate. Jadi kalau ada yang mungkin di sekolahnya ada dua-duanya gitu ya, ada ijazah SMA lokal, kemudian ada IGCSE certificate. Nah, IGCSE-nya boleh dipakai, atau mungkin kalau yang ada IB di sekolahnya itu juga bisa melalui MYP karena itu setara dengan IGCSE. Nilainya untuk IGCSE itu kita mintanya di average C. Kalau yang sudah diangka, jadi dulu IGCSE kan ABCDE gitu. Yang sekarang itu angka dari 9 ke 0. Nah, itu kita mintanya di average 5 angkanya, dan itu 5 subjek. Kalau di 5 subjek itu sudah ada bahasa Inggris, tidak harus lagi ambil IELTS atau TOEFL. Tapi kalau di 5 itu belum ada TOEFL atau belum ada English-nya, kita minta untuk ambil TOEFL atau IELTS gitu. Nah, itu untuk entry requirement-nya. Kemudian untuk Illinois, negara bagian Illinois, kita ada kerjasama dengan, kalau nggak salah saya ada conversion table dengan Illinois State University, ada. Kemudian dengan University of Illinois juga kita ada yang University of Illinois. Jadi history of transfer itu ada dengan University of Illinois yang ada di Urbana, kemudian University of Illinois yang ada di Chicago. Kemudian untuk Illinois State University, saya mesti cek dulu yang mana, yang di lokasi mana, tapi kita ada conversion table dengan salah satu Illinois State University. Jadi bisa dimulai dari awal gitu ya, kalau memang tujuannya ke sana, bisa dimulai dari awal untuk membuat study plan yang nanti arahnya ke sana gitu. Jadi yang biasanya kita lakukan begitu. Semoga bisa membantu dan menjawab pertanyaannya.
Bantu sekali. Terima kasih Miss R. Ibu Maria, semoga menjawab ya pertanyaan yang tadi sudah di-address. Selanjutnya kita akan pindah ke pertanyaan dari Rania, Moms Daily. Nah ini untuk Miss R dan juga Miss Winnie pertanyaannya. Untuk yang pertama Miss R, kira-kira tes apa saja yang perlu dijalani begitu ya untuk bisa mengikuti masuk UIC ADTP itu seperti apa? Dan tadi mungkin boleh encourage lagi Miss, kira-kira beasiswanya tadi seperti apa? Untuk mendapatkannya itu mungkin bisa di-share juga tips mendapatkan beasiswa offering yang tadi. Silakan.
Oke. Untuk tes masuknya kita ada standardized aja CMAT sama English test. Itu sebenarnya lebih buat melihat buat guru-gurunya ya di tempat kita PR-nya sejauh apa sih gitu ya dengan anak-anak ini gitu, supaya kita juga bisa memetakan kelasnya. Kira-kira kalau ada yang memiliki kebutuhan lagi di English gitu ya, kita bisa bantu sebelum anaknya masuk, karena ini kan biasanya dilakukan sebelum anaknya masuk, jadi kita nanti bisa bantu anaknya. We can even create different classes, different programs gitu ya to support the English language. Jadi jangan ragu gitu, jangan takut untuk ambil assessment-nya, karena justru assessment-nya ini buat kita bantu siswa dan juga buat kita biar kita juga bisa membuat program yang spesifik kalau memang dibutuhkan untuk membantu siswanya. Kemudian untuk scholarship tadi ada ya kesempatan untuk mendapatkan up to 45 million atau 45 juta rupiah. Contact us, gimana caranya sih untuk ke situ gitu ya, karena ada beberapa cara dan ada beberapa tier gitu dari si scholarship-nya itu. Jadi please let us know. Call us gitu ya, email atau WA minimal buat cari tahu gimana sih caranya supaya untuk dapetin scholarship. Kemudian kalau untuk nanti ke US universities, kita juga ada beberapa sih yang ada data-datanya universities itu memberikan scholarship seperti apa gitu. Dan kita biasanya juga meminta update dari universities available scholarships seperti yang tadi sudah Miss Winnie juga sampaikan mengenai scholarships to hold universities. Itu kita juga biasanya nanti minta ke Miss Winnie availability-nya, karena ada scholarships yang hanya available untuk international students, ada yang available buat all students gitu ya. Jadi yang dari local students dari Amerika sendiri atau dari students dari negara-negara lain itu ada berbagai macam scholarships gitu. Nanti kita bisa, we can sit with students to view all these scholarships dan yang mana yang kansnya paling gede gitu. Itu bisa kita lakukan selama belajar nanti di program ADP.
Okay, thank you, Miss R. So, Miss Winnie, there's a question from Miss Rania. So, is it necessarily needed that if we would like to continue to hold a business international school, we need to take another test or another step, and maybe you can also share with us what is the precise number in USD of the scholarship that might be offered by the hold itself, please, Miss.
Sure. So for the scholarship itself, if you're applying for the merit-based plus the need-based scholarship, the maximum scholarship that you would be getting will be 20,000 USD per year. So let's say if you were coming in to study for your third year and your final year, so times 2. So 20,000 years per year times 2 will be 40,000 in total.
Okay, itu ya. So, Miss Rania, hopefully answer your question. Thank you, Miss Rania, for the information. So, ini dari Ibu Fioni. Oke, so ini Miss R dulu yang bisa menjawab. Menjelang masa persiapan pindah dari Indonesia ke US, apakah diperlukan karantina bagi anak-anak atau untuk benar-benar prepare untuk menghadapi situasi hidup di sana, atau sebenarnya ini in parallel dengan program di ADTP, di American Transfer Degree itu sendiri, Miss?
Kalau untuk karantina sih kita nggak ada karantina yang spesifik untuk anak-anak nanti hidup di sana ya on campus. Yang bisa kita bantu di sini adalah komunikasi yang nanti kita buka dengan universities sehingga nanti mereka bisa bertanya sendiri bahkan dormnya seperti apa gitu, kemudian berapa jauh sih dormnya gitu, apa sih yang diperlukan. Biasanya American Embassy, Education USA, we also work with the Education USA. Mereka nanti juga akan ada departure briefing. Biasanya juga kita boleh student itu boleh ikut departure briefing karena ini general ya kalau departure briefing. Jadi misalnya gimana sih menyiapkan kira-kira musimnya di US itu seperti apa sih, di negara bagian apa, musimnya seperti apa, baju apa yang mesti disiapin, kemudian kehidupannya seperti apa. Itu biasanya diberikan informasinya oleh Education USA, which is a part of the US Embassy. Kemudian kalau untuk sekolahnya karena sudah kenal biasanya anak-anak sebelum berangkat itu juga mereka bisa tanya langsung dengan orang-orang universitiesnya. Kita juga punya alumni di sana di universities tersebut, jadi nanti bisa disambungkan lah gitu dengan para nanti kita cari yang ini gitu ya, yang orang Indonesia juga gitu. Jadi mereka bisa cerita adjustment-nya seperti apa sih nanti yang diperlukan di sana. Tahun depan juga Ibu kita rencananya akan ada holiday program yang ke US. Jadi kalau Bapak Ibu dan anak-anak berminat untuk ikut gitu ya, untuk kepengen tahu, nanti kita akan visit universities, kita akan ada workshop dengan universities. Kemudian nanti kita akan usahakan juga kalau bisa ada beberapa hari yang kita bermalam nanti di dormitory gitu. Jadi anak-anak merasakan kehidupan di dormitory itu seperti apa sih gitu. Nggak bakalan mewah ya yang namanya dormitory itu gitu. Bahkan apartemen itu lebih mewah sebenarnya dibandingkan dormitory gitu. Cuma anak-anak dengan hidup di dormitory itu mereka bisa bisa mendapatkan culture kehidupan di American atau local students-nya itu kayak apa sih gitu ya, hidupnya mereka seperti apa gitu, hidup sebagai seorang mahasiswa itu seperti apa gitu ya. Jadi mereka bisa merasakan itu dan bisa immerse di dalam culture US-nya gitu yang kita mungkin nggak dapat kalau anaknya itu tinggal di apartemen gitu ya, terpisah. Karena sebagai junior, sebagai senior kalau masuk tahun ketiga, tahun keempat itu kan udah gede istilahnya. Nah itu mereka biasanya boleh tinggal di apartemen, biasanya gitu ya. Tapi saya sih sangat menyarankan nantinya tetap tinggal di dorm, karena itu memang culture-nya belajar di US itu adalah tinggal di dormitory gitu. Dan it's very fun sih kalau menurut saya. Jadi nanti akan ada hal-hal seperti itu yang kita coba jalankan, yang kita coba berikan pengalamannya kepada anak-anak sebelum mereka berangkat ke sana sehingga mudah-mudahan ready gitu ya untuk hidup di sana. Begitu. Terima kasih banyak Ibu pertanyaannya.
Kayak ada ini ya Miss, berarti nanti ada sehari menjadi US student sebelum menjadi real US student-nya nanti ya. Ada.
Nanti Mbak Sisi ikut ya.
Siap. Oke, ini mungkin tadi pertanyaan Ibu Fioni, aku coba address dulu ke Miss Winnie. Miss Winnie, is there any particular program that actually to guidance the transfer student from Indonesia in US itself? There is a particular program in health, or is actually in parallel with the general program that been provided by Health International Business School? Please, Miss Winnie. You are still on mute. I'm sorry. Okay.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's clear now.
Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute. So to understand your question a little better, so you were asking if that is like sorry, can you ask the question again? I just want to understand it a little better.
Is there any like particular program from the student who is transferred from Indonesia just to be prepared continue their study in US, especially in the International Business School? Is there any particular program?
So for any of the transferred students that they're going to come and study with us, of course, we'll be we'll be looking after them. But before joining in, we as the enrollment team, as the enrollment advisor, we'll be actually working closely with the school counselor. We'll be having a lot of like parent talks before the students get into study with us. So we'll be preparing not just with the students, we're actually preparing with the parents and the school before they get transferred to us. So once they transfer to Holt International Business School, then the students will be having the opportunity to meet with the professors and the new school friends and the coaches. So this is basically how we are helping with the transfer students. But of course, if they need anything else, we will be there for them. But so far with all the transferring students, we don't have any particular issues with them or adapting to this new environment or the new country. We so far we don't have any issues of that. But we work actually very closely, not just with the student. We also work very closely with the family as well. So we are always on the social media platform to make sure that we have the communication with the school, with your school before you get transferred to us, and also with the parents as well.
Okay, so is there any like orientation program to transfer
Yes.
when they arrive in campus? So is that
Yes.
okay.
Yes, we have.
Okay.
We have the orientation.
Alright, so semoga menjawab ya. Thank you, Miss Winnie, for the explanation about the program itself. Bu Fioni, semoga menjawab pertanyaannya dari yang tadi sudah dijawab oleh baik itu Miss R dan juga Miss Winnie. Alright, the last question is from Bu Henny. Okay, maybe you can also share with us, Miss Winnie, how much is the average living cost at the Holt campus? Maybe you can also share with us.
Sure. So I will just be precise, with the numbers and everything. So for the tuition fee, just now I said the rounded up is 50,000. The exact amount is 49,950 USD per year. And for the living costs, it subjects to each of the student, but usually I will probably say it's around 20,000 USD per year, including the housing. So it depends on the student if you are going to stay with us or not. And if you are going to stay with us, we have different types of rooms as well. So if you want to stay in a single room or double room, or it's entirely up to you. So for the average costing for the housing, if you're going to live with us, it would be around 14,000 USD per year, plus any other expenses, for example, food, book, and all the study materials and your personal expenses. Everything added up together will be around 20,000 USD per year. But again, it's subject to the students, how much they eat or how much they spend.
Okay, so about the location in campus is for the bachelor degree is in London and Boston. Am I correct? Yeah.
Yes, in the US, Boston, correct. And for both of the campuses, we have the accommodation available, provided to our students. But again, it's entirely up to the student if you would like to stay with us or not. But usually for the first year student, we'll recommend, if this is the first time, for you to study with us in the new country, we'll recommend our students to stay with us.
And the average living cost is pretty the same in London and Boston?
Almost the same.
Oke, alright. So itu teman-teman yang tadi sudah di-share Bu Henny, mungkin tuition fee at Holt itu sekitar USD-nya 46.650 USD dollar. Average living cost-nya itu sekitar 40.000 USD per year. Jadi semoga bisa menjawab pertanyaan dari Bu Henny. Alright, seru banget ya diskusi kita siang hari ini. Saya jadi pengen S1 lagi. Seru banget. Jadi teman-teman yang tadi sudah banyak pertanyaan dan juga ingin lebih tahu lebih lanjut, boleh nanti hubungi student admission dari USG, dan tidak terasa sudah hampir habis waktu kita untuk mengupas tuntas mengenai topik kita hari ini, Start Your US Bachelor Degree at UIC ADTP in Jakarta and graduate in the USA and confirm your future success as a US graduate. US Education senantiasa akan menyajikan acara-acara edukatif mengenai studi ke luar negeri untuk teman-teman semua. Nantikan ya acara-acara selanjutnya, nanti juga ada. Silahkan bergabung di Our Open Day di bulan 23 Juli nanti. Ada beberapa kegiatan lainnya nanti yang juga bisa teman-teman simak dan juga bergabung. For further information, you can also follow and contact us in the Instagram USG Education or at uic.adtp untuk mendapatkan informasi-informasi atau update-update mengenai event-event USG Education lainnya. Baiklah Bapak Ibu sekalian, sampai di sini dulu Live Talk USG Education bersama Holt International Business School pada siang hari ini. Terima kasih kepada Miss Aryani dan Miss Winnie yang sudah membagikan insight dan informasi-informasi yang inklusif ya, tidak hanya tadi mengenai program dan juga informasi universitas, tapi juga memastikan siswa untuk memilih program yang terbaik untuk future mereka. Thank you very much. Dan tak lupa untuk teman-teman yang sudah meluangkan waktu dan juga berbagi cerita di sini, terima kasih sekali lagi atas partisipasinya. Untuk waktu siang hari ini, saya Sisi Aspasia pamit undur diri. Saya ucapkan semoga kita bisa bertemu lagi di acara USG Education Series selanjutnya. Sampai jumpa and happy weekend everyone.
Akan selalu ada untukmu Indonesia,
menghadapi semua rintangan yang ada.
Ku akan selalu menjaga tanah air tercinta yang ku banggakan di setiap semua insan.
Kita Indonesia, beragam suku, agama,
dan budaya.
kita Indonesia.
Berbeda-beda tapi tetap
Satu jua.
Kita akan lewati semua
yang menghadang bila kita terus bersama-sama berjuang.
kita akan selalu percaya
bencana yang melanda akan berakhir
dengan senyum bahagia.
Looking back, I see we went through hell straight and back. Here we claim a title, now it's time to retake. We got and we won, say, show them all we got. Gotta stand together, our foundation's all we got. Ashes to ashes, that's all in the past now. We stand united up front, watch us get down low. You heard me once, say it twice, now blow out all the candles, put on the show. We gotta stand together. Yeah, we gotta stand together now.
Kita Indonesia, beragam suku, agama,
dan budaya.
kita Indonesia, berbeda-beda tapi tetap satu jua.
kita Indonesia,
Kita pasti bisa,
Kita
Indonesia, kita pasti bisa. Kita Indonesia,
Kita pasti bisa. Kita Indonesia,
Kita pasti bisa.
kita Indonesia, kita pasti bisa. Kita Indonesia, kita pasti bisa. Kita Indonesia, kita pasti bisa.
akan selalu ada untukmu Indonesia.
Hadapi semua rintangan yang ada.
Ku akan selalu menjaga tanah air tercinta yang ku banggakan di setiap semua insan.